when the NFL first came to Jacksonville, you know, it was like kind of a cliche thing to think and to say and to believe was how much the athletes that came here and we enjoyed watching, how much they give back to this community. Some more than others, and none more than the man I'm about to introduce. You loved him as a player, number 20, and that same intensity and teamwork and leadership that he showed as a player, he has continued to show post-career. And that's not an easy transition for all these guys to make. So it's with a great privilege that I introduce my friend and former Jaguar, Donovin Darius.
And so one of the things that happened when I was playing was, you know, the Jaguars had signed me and my contract was running out. And it was time for me to go to another team. But then they had what they call is the franchise tag. And so I got franchise tag, which meant that I could not go anywhere. And the franchise tag was basically given to a person. They say, who is the only person that you do not want to lose, you cannot afford to lose. And so for me to receive that from an organization and community standpoint was a badge of honor. But for me to receive it, I was thinking like, man, I want to go ahead and I want a long-term contract and I want to be here forever. And man, and I want everything, as hard as I work and as hard as I sweat and everything, I just want to be rewarded. But here's one of the things that franchise tag taught me every single year. As a man of faith, it taught me this. Am I going to trust the contract and the ink on that document for how I play, how I live, how I prepare, and who I serve? Or am I going to allow my faith and the principles of character and the call of responsibility to tell me how I prepare, how I play, how I practice? And you know, we also need leaders that understand that they feel like a debt to the future. Somebody asked me, they said, you know what, Donovan? When Jalen Ramsey came here to the Jacksonville Jaguars and he wanted that number 20 jersey. Now, I knew Jalen. I coached him back when he was in high school at an All-Star game. And then I met him at the Combine and then at the draft. And when he came here and he got that number, somebody said, Donovan, you know what I mean? Do you want him to have that number? How do you feel about it? And it came down to legacy. I said, you know what? True leadership, true legacy. This is how I look at it. You don't hang leadership and legacy on the wall. You pass it down to the next generation. And you're passing it down with the characteristics, the principles, and the values. And so with what that number meant for me as a number 20 in high school, Woodrow Wilson High School, number 20 in college, Syracuse University, number 20 in the NFL, it meant commitment, determination, passion. And so to be able to pass that down to him and to be able to share that with him and have conversation around it. When he told me at practice one day, he said, you know what, Double D? He said, I hope that I can make you proud with this number. That's what legacy does. That's what true leadership does. That's what you're doing in the lives of your children. That's what you're doing to the individuals that come through Brooks Rehab. That's what you're doing when you decide to passionately give and support an organization like this. And instead of thinking about I need to take care of everybody else first, remember this, that in that word team, there are the two letters, M-E, me. You have to take care of yourself first so you can take care of everybody else. If you've been on a plane before, they said the oxygen mask come down, put it on yourself first so you can then help somebody else. And so walking from here, make sure that you're giving yourself the attention that you need. Make sure you're doing the things that you know you need to do to help yourself so you can help others.